the father of Sutta Goswami, who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam at Naimisharanya, Romaharshan Sutta. Romaharshan Sutta was killed by Lord Balaram because he didn't observe this principle. Sutta Goswami was speaking about the Supreme Lord. And then Balaram himself came. But because he didn't recognize Balaram, either as the Supreme Lord or even as a devotee, he didn't stop his speaking. He didn't get up and he didn't even offer obeisances, nothing. So what, Balaram's going, what are you doing sitting on the Vyasa-san if you don't even know this? Huh? And he killed him with a blade of kusha grass. Bap. See, Balaram, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he's also the first devotee of the Lord. He's the first spiritual master. And he's also the Lord's abode, the Lord's clothing, the Lord's paraphernalia. I mean, he is the Supreme Personality of Servitor Godhead. That's Balaram. So when Balaram comes, of course, we give him all respect and reverence. And he came again as Nitai, Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Chaitanya, Nityananda are Krishna and Balaram themselves. So when we chant their name, we become blissful. Then, of course, there's that famous shloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Na brahmana, na kshatriya, na vaishya, na shudra, na brahmachari, na grihastha, na vanaprastha, na sannyasi. Gopi bharta parakamalyor dasa dasanudasaha. The famous verse, I am not a Brahmin, I'm not a Kshatriya, I'm not a Vaishya, I'm not a Shudra. I'm not a Brahmachari, I'm not a Grihastha, I'm not a Vanaprastha, I'm not a Sannyasi. What am I? I am simply the servant of the servant of the servant, etc., of Śrī Krishna, the master of the gopis. You see? What am I? He doesn't say I'm the servant of Krishna. He says I'm the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant, etc. Ad infinitum. This is devotee. And this is how Lord Chaitanya identified himself. So if Lord Chaitanya thinks like that, then, of course, we should also think like that. And that is the meaning of serving the devotees. That we put the devotees' welfare actually above our own. We could very easily be sitting on the beach in where's a nice beach? Acapulco. Yeah, everybody thinks of it. Acapulco, right? It's probably blazing hot there right now. But anyway, could be sitting on the beach in Acapulco, doing on any kind of nonsense. But what are we doing? We're here serving the devotees. Because that's the best thing to do. What else is better than that? After hearing these shlokas. I mean, even serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly is not as glorious as serving his devotees. And that's what we'll be doing in the spiritual world also, serving Krishna's devotees. It's more important to serve his devotees than to serve Krishna himself. The next heading is serving the Lord according to one's position. In the Padma Purana, there is a statement that one should perform the ceremonies for the Lord according to one's financial position. Everyone should observe the different ceremonies and celebrations of the Lord by all means. So if you're very poor and you live in a grass shack somewhere and all you can do is offer a little water or a tulsi leaf, then the Lord accepts that. But if you're living in a huge mansion and you have servants and employees and all kinds of facility, and then you just offer a little water and a leaf, what kind of service is that? No, you should offer what you can actually afford, according to your means. The standard of devotional service given or actually exemplified by Rupa and Sanatana Goswami is that they offered 50% of their accumulated wealth, 50% of their income. That's the standard for grihasta. What to speak of sannyasi or renunciant, brahmachari. A brahmachari is supposed to give 100%. A brahmachari is supposed to give everything to the spiritual master. And our brahmacharis actually do that. They actually do. All of them. All the brahmacharis here, they've all given everything. That's the actual standard. Pure devotional service. Pure devotional service is just, you don't keep anything back. You don't hold anything back. You give everything. Krishna is everything. So we give everything. And He's given everything to us. Why shouldn't we give everything to Him? If we do that, He gives us His own self. So just imagine the power of this devotional service. It's hard to imagine. It's really hard to conceive how wonderful it is, how powerful it is. If you just do it, then you'll find out. That's what we advise everyone. So one more, then we'll stop for questions. I think. No? Yeah, maybe one or two more. Performing devotional service in Kartika. One of the most important of these ceremonial functions is called Urja Vrata. Urja Vrata is observed in the month of Kartika, October and November, especially in Vrindavan. There is a specific program for temple worship of the Lord in His Damodar form. Damodar refers to Krishna's being bound up with rope by his mother, Yashoda. It is said that just as Lord Damodar is very dear to his devotees, so the month known as Damodar or Kartika is also very dear to them. The execution of devotional service during Urja Vrata in the month of Kartika is especially recommended to be performed at Mathura. This system is still followed by many devotees. They go to Mathura or Vrindavan and stay there during the month of Kartika, specifically to perform devotional services during this period. So all of us who have been to India, and especially those who have lived in Vrindavan, we've all seen this. Especially the renunciants there in Vrindavan, do all kinds of special vows and special austerities during this month. And every night in the month of October, November, the Śrī Viṣṇusahasranāma is sung in every temple in Vrindavan. This is a very beautiful song. That once you hear this song, then you can't forget Lord Damodar. So in the Padma Purana, it is said, the Lord may offer liberation or material happiness to a devotee. But after some devotional service has been executed, particularly in Mathura during the month of Kartika, the devotees want only to attain pure devotional service unto the Lord. This is a specific result of Kartika Vrata, Urja, what's it called? Yeah, Urja Vrata, or Kartika Vrata. Means executing some specific austerity during the month of Kartika. Kartika is one of the Chaturmasya months. Do you remember what food is prohibited? Well, during the 4 months of the rainy season, during 1 month, I think it's yogurt. It's either milk or yogurt. We don't take milk or yogurt during the Kartika month. Something like that. It's something really nice, or maybe it's urd dal, I forget. It's something that devotees really like. We're supposed to give up in that month. And some devotees perform severe austerities during that time, like not using their hands for eating. It's a very severe austerity where you sit down and you put the plate in front of you, and you can't get up, and you can't use your hands. You have to bend over and eat directly from the plate, from the bowl. If you're too fat, you can't bend over far enough, then you don't get to eat anything. They do all kinds of special austerities like that. Or chanting for 24 hours straight during Ekadashi in those months is very powerful. Sometimes they'll dance all night during Kartika, chanting to the Lord all dressed up as Damodar. It's very fine. Very, very nice. So the specific result of that is that once a devotee has performed this kind of austerity, he doesn't want anything from the Lord. He just wants to give. He just wants to love. He just wants to perform pure devotional service. This is the specific result of this, performing this Kartika Vrata, Urja Vrata during the month of Kartik in Vrindavan. The purport is that the Lord does not award devotional service to ordinary persons who are not serious about it. But even such unserious persons who execute devotional service according to the regulative principles during the month of Kartika